Hey everyone, and welcome back to another deep dive on the Explainer. Today, we're looking at an absolutely massive paradigm shift in the world of security and industrial operations. We are talking about the leap from slow, reactive, human-dependent systems to the Cyber X-Hub multi-agent autonomous security ecosystem. If you love seeing how cutting-edge hardware and software merge to solve really complex, real-world problems, well, you're going to find this framework absolutely fascinating.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Every second a human guard travels to an alarm, a blind spot is exploited. That single sentence pretty much perfectly captures the critical vulnerability of traditional security response times. Think about it. We build these massive, complex facilities, but when a breach actually happens, we're still relying on a person physically running over to check it out. And that delay? That delay is the enemy.
Here's our command center briefing for today. We're going to cover the blind spot problem, the Cyber X-Hub central brain, the multi-agent arsenal, the autonomous response loop, total domain awareness, and finally, real-world industry applications. Let's get started.
Section 1. The blind spot problem.
To really understand why legacy systems are inherently flawed when every single second counts, we have to look at their constraints. Traditional security is just fundamentally reactive, right? It sits there and waits for an incident to happen. You've got fixed CCTV cameras, sure, but they're so easily blinded by corners and complex industrial structures. You have static sensors that trigger an alarm, but they can't chase a target or visually verify what tripped them. And then you have human patrols. As dedicated as they are, they're strictly limited by physical reach, running speed, and human stamina.
And this brilliantly illustrates what we call the vulnerability window. So, at T0, a sensor trips. But see that orange gap right after? That's 30 seconds of an operator manually reviewing camera feeds, followed by 5 agonizing minutes waiting for a human patrol to physically run to the site. In a high-stakes environment, 5 minutes is an absolute eternity. It's a massive, unmonitored exploitation zone. You don't just need a faster guard here, you need an agent that's already there.
Section 2. Cyber X-Hub, the central brain.
So this brings us to the solution. We're moving from a fragmented, disjointed system to a unified brain. Think of this architecture like the anatomy of a living creature. Down at the bottom layer, you've got your sensory input, your existing perimeter sensors. In the middle is the brain, the CyberX Hub mission management system. It ingests those signals and instantly talks to the top layer, the motor system. Without any human hesitation at all, the brain commands the absolute nearest autonomous agent to launch and investigate.
And the really cool part? Cyber X-Hub doesn't just replace your current infrastructure, it absorbs it. It ingests signals from your Gallagher access control and SenseStar perimeter sensors, pulling in CCTV, radar, and IoT devices. It takes all of that data and processes it instantly to generate a complete digital twin of your facility in 2D and 3D. The sheer volume of data it's crunching in real time is staggering. But crucially, for enterprise folks out there, it remains completely GDPR compliant, securely developed and hosted right in Germany. It literally acts as a true central nervous system.
Moving on to Section 3. The multi-agent arsenal.
So how does this brain physically respond in the real world? It moves from static surveillance to dynamic pursuit by launching autonomous agents. First up is Skycover, using the DJI Dock 3. This gives you what is essentially a 24/7 God's eye view, a vantage point that no ground camera could ever match. And what's incredible about this hardware is the extreme resilience. The dock ensures these drones work flawlessly in scorching 50 degrees Celsius heat all the way down to a freezing -30 degrees. Armed with powerful infrared thermal cameras, they can track heat signatures night or day, launching automatically the exact second an alarm goes off.
But, threats don't always stay out in the open. So for land cover, this system unleashes ground robots like the Unitree B2W. Now, this isn't just your standard robot dog. It's a true all-terrain hybrid. It actually merges the high-speed efficiency of wheels with the vertical agility of a quadruped. It can climb stairs, step over barricades, you name it. This tactical agility means it can weave through tight warehouse spaces and give you crucial low-angle visibility right where intruders are trying to hide.
And hey, security absolutely doesn't stop at the shoreline. For sea cover, the arsenal includes maritime agents like the CHC-NAV Apache 4 unmanned surface vehicle. This secures ports, dams, and waterfronts against asymmetric threats. It stays totally stable in turbulent water, and get this, it's even equipped with subsurface sonar capabilities to detect threats hiding beneath the water's surface.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it all comes together. When you look at this synthesis matrix, the strategy is brilliantly clear. The DJI Dock 3 absolutely dominates the sky with thermal tracking. The Unitree B2W dominates the land with tactical agility. And the Apache 4 dominates the sea with aquatic sonar. By perfectly orchestrating these distinct agents, CyberX Hub guarantees that the right asset tackles the right terrain, completely eliminating physical boundaries.
Section 4. The Autonomous Response Loop.
Okay, so here's how the hardware and software actually interact in real time. Step 1. A sensory trigger hits, maybe a fence vibration detects someone climbing. Step 2. Neural routing. In mere fractions of a second, CyberX Hub gets the ping and calculates the perfect response vector. Step 3. Motor dispatch. Simultaneously launches a drone and a robot dog straight to those exact coordinates. Step 4 is visual confirmation. And the truly astonishing part, this entire sequence takes just 0.7 seconds. Literally before a human guard even registers the alarm buzzer, the command center is already tracking the intruder on a cross-domain live feed. That is what sub-second reaction time really looks like.
Section 5. Total Domain Awareness.
When you execute this loop across a massive facility, you achieve the ultimate operational picture. On one side, you have live 3D models, drone flight paths, and robotic telemetry all unified on one sleek dashboard. On the other side is a simple, powerful equation. You take the world's best physical security and static sensors, combine them with the CyberX Hub AI brain, and add your aerospace, land, and maritime agents. The mathematical certainty of that equation equals total domain awareness. It's one unified, autonomous, self-responding force with absolutely zero blind spots.
Section 6. Real-world industry applications.
So who actually needs this level of sophisticated multi-domain control? Well, we're talking about high-stakes arenas where relying on a fragmented, reactive security setup is just an unacceptable risk. Think about massive power substations where a single breach could literally plunge an entire city into darkness. Sprawling oil and gas facilities, highly active maritime ports that need continuous waterfront protection, smart cities. In these sectors, an unmonitored exploitation zone doesn't just mean a minor theft, it means a catastrophic failure that ripples into everyday life.
Which leaves us with a pretty critical question to ponder as we wrap up today. As physical threats continue to dynamically evolve across land, air, and sea, can any critical facility truly afford to rely on static security and human travel time when fully autonomous, total domain awareness is already here? Thank you so much for focusing in with me today, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.